Okay, good evening, everybody. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, right. So we are today we are talking about. Okay, I gave you some names for finding definitions. Could you find them? To find definitions of guidance and counseling. I don't know whether I gave you. Did I give you some names for finding definitions for guidance and counseling? Crow and Crow, Pepinski, George Meyer. Yes, you could do that. Anybody who could? Okay, anyway, that today we are going to discuss about how many are there? Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Hmm.
right. Okay. So today we are going to talk about the areas of guidance. The first one is personal guidance or individual guidance, right? So as you think, what are the personal problems encountered by the students? Personal problems. When it comes to personal problems, what are the problems the students have? Now we are just because we are just considering about children, those who are having problems. Just tell what are the problems the children have? Personal problems. Tell whatever it is comes to your mind, doesn't matter. We'll have a discussion rather than I'm talking. Yes. What are the personal problems that students have? Speak. Problems related to family, sometimes family problems, drunkard fathers, then uh, sometimes that economic problems. So because of that, they can't do their studies. Then sometimes breaking of love affairs, some psychological problems, right? So then there are so many problems encountered by the students, including family problems, problem related to education, sometimes problems of teachers, punishments, right? Uh, problems of peers. So there are so many problems. So then personal guidance or individual guidance help them to overcome these emotional, physical, spiritual, social, and mental problems. Thereby, they help for development of the individuals. Right? So then these children, as I told you, they have problems. They encounter problems related to education, family, friends, parents, teachers, breaking of love affairs, right? Bullying by others. So there are these kind of problems they face. So, what will happen if personal guidance is not provided to the students at the right time? Now, imagine there's a child that who has undergone this kind of problem. Maybe that a child has undergone a breaking of love affairs. So then, when it was not unheeded, what will happen to this child? මොකක් වේදයට? That is only one problem, breaking of a love affair, so that she can that now, especially these little ones, they have calf love. Calf love means it doesn't retain for a long time, but anyway, that it's very like immature love affairs. Then they fall in troubles. What will happen if it is unheeded? If a solution or if the child is not attended, what will happen? Tell me. Speak. මොනවා වේද ළමයට?
Sometimes they will be mentally down and attempt to suicide.
Yes, mentally down. Yeah, they may commit suicide, or else that they may suffer from depression. Now, in our college also, there are some students who have got depression due to this breaking of love affairs. There's a child that uh, she has got depression because the students have laughed at her for breaking an affair. ඒකට hina වෙලා එයාට ඒක දරා ගන්න බැරුව එයාට depression. So like that, because the students that they are very delicate, very tender, very, I don't know, they can't bear up things. So therefore, it is essential to attend to the children, right, for their personal problems. Now we'll see what are the. So if personal guidance is not provided to the students at the right time, they may develop less self-esteem. What is self-esteem? the pride a person has about him or herself, atma abhimane, so that will be hindered. So they feel they are insecure, and they feel that whatever they do is a failure. That naturally comes to their mind. Then personal guidance help an individual to understand himself and deal with personal problems in a mature manner. So if they are attended at an early age of their problems, so they may learn to, if they come across some similar problems in the future, they may be able to tackle them. They may be able to solve by themselves. Then they are matured enough to understand themselves. If they find similar problems, they can find solutions. So then they can handle them in a mature manner. Then it enables the individual to take the necessary decisions based on right judgment. So if they are attended at a very early age, later on, when they have similar problems, they can take necessary decisions. They can take right judgments. Then it helps the individual to view the social world in the right perspective and make necessary social and personal adjustment to lead a happy life. Because there are some students, those who cannot adjust to the environment sometimes. So then if they are attended at an early age, attend and make them understand the problem and make them understand the solutions, it helps to see them, it helps them to see the world, the society in the correct way, correct perspective, correct eye. Then they take necessary social and personal adjustments and they lead a happy life. Sometimes they are unhappy because of something very minute, very small. They can't understand, they can't find solutions. So therefore, involvement of the adults or involvement of a guide is very essential. සමහර පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙන්නේ. ඒ ළමයා මේ out යන්න. So we have to attend to them at the right time. එහෙම නැති වුණොත් ලොකු විනාශයක් වෙනවා if they suffer from depression. So it's a long term thing, and they have to take medicine, and they sometimes they will lose their valuable things, maybe education, jobs. Therefore we have to attend to them at the right time. So then it's essential to give personal guidance in an education institute, because sometimes they have educational problems. They can't keep the things in mind, so they can't dedicate time and can't manage time. Very schedules are tough, so they can't bear up that workload. So it's a must that giving guidance for the guidance at educational institutes. It enables the students to overcome insecurity, problem with social acceptance, discipline, help the individual to be expressive to deal with the problems. Expressive means that they, by telling the things, revealing the problem itself is a therapy. Sometimes if somebody is listening, by revealing their problem, they get a relief. අපිට ප්‍රශ්නේ ඔළුවෙන් අයින් කරගත්තාම ඒකම අපිට මේ ලොකු relief එකක්. So now there should be somebody to listen to the problems, somebody to understand them, right? So then that is why we need individual guidance or personal guidance. Then how is personal guidance important in adolescence, right? Adolescence is a very stormy period, because during adolescence that there's a speedy growth. Now in the case of girls and boys, who would grow up faster, girls or boys?
Girls.
When it comes to yes,
Girls.
girls, right? So now if you just look at the students in grade 9, 10, girls are plump and they are big made, while the boys are very skinny, right? So then later on, after grade 11 only, they start growing up. So then during the adolescence, they undergo social, physical and attitudinal changes, because this is an age that they want to take leadership. They want the acceptance by the society. යාළුවා පිළිගන්න අනිත් අය පිළිගන්නවට ඒගොල්ලෝ කැමති. And they want to have gangs. They want to they want to they want others to feel, that means they want the acceptance of others. අනිත් අය එලා පිළිගන්න තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ඕනි. That sometimes they don't like to follow the advice of the parents. They think that they can take decisions on their own. So they like to be in gangs, take leadership, engage in lots of activities, right? So then we have to understand them because there's a great differences, right? Changes occur in them in socially, physically, and even attitudinally. So therefore, personal guidance at this age help them to adjust personally as well as socially. So then the guidance is essential during this time. මොකද යාට තීරණ ඒගොල්ලෝ ගන්නවා හරිම හිතුවක්කාර තීරණ. They think that they know better than their parents and they can do anything. So therefore, children, they take some wrong decisions during this time, right? Then it enables an adolescent to address the personal problems in the context of the family and to adjust mentally, physically, and emotionally with people in the family and the society. So this individual guidance for adolescents is very, very important for them to solve their personal problems, adjust mentally, physically, emotionally with people in the family and society. So it's very, very important because sometimes they have misunderstanding. Okay? Therefore, personal guidance helps an individual. So, therefore, you need the guidance of others. It enables an individual to emerge as a stronger person, both physically and mentally. Sometimes we are, when there are problems, sometimes we are mentally down because sometimes we can't imagine what to do. In such cases, we need the guidance of somebody, right? Maybe your peers, they may give good guidance to you. Maybe your teacher, maybe your parents, siblings, right? So it's a must to attend a person who need guidance in their adolescence. To attend to them at the right time is a must, right? Then vocational guidance. This is also very, very important because if we want to help somebody to find a job, we need to give them vocational guidance, especially if you become teachers. Sometimes your students may drop out school at a very young age. That means grade 8, 9, 10. So then they drop out school. Sometimes they engage in minor jobs. Sometimes they drive a three-wheeler without engaging any valuable thing. So in such cases, you have to make them aware about the importance of a skilled job, importance of improving their skills. Then it can be done by attending vocational training centers or vocational institutes, right? With the technological development, many avenues have been opened for occupations worldwide, right? So then what are the jobs now which has a very good demand? Tell me now, what are the jobs? Jobs with a good demand. මොනවද හොඳ demand එකක් තියෙන jobs මේ දවස්වල? Yes.
Software
IT jobs,
engineering.
software engineers.
Is it software? Yes, but yes, software engineers that they have good demand all over the world. Any other?
Teaching.
Yeah, teaching
Medical
also,
field.
but teaching it's locally it is accepted. But sometimes if you want to go to another country, they ask for certain qualifications. So if you become a teacher, so vocational guidance is very, very important because we should not let the children who drop out school to become three-wheeler drivers or idlers who are just roaming here and they are stealing and addicting to drugs. So you have to direct them to vocational institutes. What are the vocational institutes in Sri Lanka? There are so many. What are they?
VTA.
VTA, Vocational Training Authority. Yeah. NIBM, Green University, NITA, Unitech, then even KDU, because they German technical colleges, then Lalita Tadali Vocational Institute. So youth, that means youth authority. Why youth? What's that? Youth. Why you can I can't remember. So all these things give them skills for a job, right? They have a curriculum and they teach them. They provide skills for these people to do good jobs. Sometimes at German tech, they learn to handle heavy vehicles, that they have very good demand. So I came to know in America that heavy vehicle drivers are paid well. Therefore, rather than just remaining at home and idling, direct them for vocational institute. So when it comes to technical colleges, they don't need to spend a lot of money for the courses. Even they have carpentry, then mason work, they give proper training. They provide them with the NVQ certificates. So direct them for these kind of things if you have children who want to drop out schools, rather than just idling and destroying their life. Then with that, now it caused for an increased need for vocational guidance. Vocational guidance deals with assisting an individual to choose the right occupation or job. So if you want to select the right occupation, you should have right skills. For that, you have to select right courses and follow them successfully and acquire skills. So it helps individual for right selection of the job. If you have right skills, that you can select the job. That means the job that you like. So you can prepare for the job. While doing the job, you can progress in it. You can get promotions, salary increments. So main aim of vocational guidance is to help individuals to build a better future and choose the right career. So choosing the right career is the most important thing. For that, we have to select the right courses. Then vocational guidance helps an individual realize his potential. Potential means hidden talents, the capacities and skills, and decide the right career based on capacity. So when we improve the skills, we can find jobs very easily. It also helps an individual develop the right attitude towards work. So what kind of attitude should a person has towards work? අස්සාවදිහා මොන වගේ attitudes තියෙන්න ඕන? Tell me. What kind of attitude should have? How to take all the leave? What are the loans that we can get? How can I get the maximum benefit of this job? Even if you can get printouts, you get them. So are they the right attitudes? Hmm?
No.
No. What are the
Teamwork.
right? Yeah.
Teamwork.
You should be a team player, right? To do engage in teamwork. What else?
Self-learning like this.
Self-learning, and you should work for the prosperity of the institute, for the development of the institute. ඒක විනාශ කරන්න නෙවෙයි, තමන් වැඩ කරන රස්සාව කරන තැන හොඳ තැනකට ගේන්න උදව් වෙන්න ඕනේ. So you have to work hard, work with other people, then try your best to achieve the expected goals and objectives of the institute, right? Try to give a good name to your institute. So therefore, better training is very important. So then you should improve your right attitudes towards work, because otherwise there are some people always thinking only the individual. තමන් ගැන විතරයි හිතන්නේ. ඉනිවාඩු ගන්න කොහොමද, පඩි වැඩි කරගන්නේ කොහොමද? They don't think about the better side of, that means how can I improve this place? How can I contribute for the development of this place? They don't think like that. They only think about themselves, right? We should not do that. So this building right attitude is improved through vocational guidance, right? If we consider about educational guidance, what are the educational problems encountered by the students? Tell me, what kind of problems do they have? Now, if you don't work in a school, you think of yourself and what kind of problems you and your friends had. Just tell. There are so many. Tell. What are the
Economic
education?
problem.
Economic problems. Okay. Then
Extracurricular activities.
engaging in extracurricular activities. Why?
Less
Parents
attention to
problem.
the
Abuta?
teaching. Less attention to the studies.
Less attention to the studies. Yes. That Puta, what did you
Parents problem, family
say?
problems.
Boy? Yeah, parents problems, family problems, everything in that means involve in this education. So it is education is not only one thing. So it affects, that means education is affected by so many problems, family problems, individual problems, economic problems. Right? So then heavy workload, tough timetables, punishments, favoritism of teachers. They favor some students and they don't favor the others, right? So they don't attend to the students who show less performances. So these are the problems. Bullying by peers, bully කරනවා, and teachers don't give proper place to the students, right? They criticize some students, right? Like that. Now, educational guidance. So educational guidance addresses several educational problems. Now, if there are children who are very poor at certain subjects, teacher can find another teacher who can help them. So it addresses several educational problems, right? Then it is associated with every aspect of education. So not only this education means a very broad topic. No, it is education is not only the sitting for the exams. There are so many things, right? Then it covers curriculum, methods of instruction, extracurricular activities, disciplines, problems with teachers, all these things. They have so many problems related to curriculum. So they don't understand the teaching methods. They don't like teaching method, teaching techniques. They don't have to engage in extracurricular activities, right? They don't have discipline at all. They have problems with teachers, right? So then they all they find solutions for these problems. Education guidance is given to students in order to understand their potentials. Potential means their hidden talents related to various fields of education. So not only these by hearting and vomiting at the exam. There are so many things. Education means not only answering papers at the exam, right? So it is everything. You should have proper education to solve problems. තමන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහයි ප්‍රශ්න විසඳ ගන්නත් අධ්‍යාපනයක් තියෙනවා. එහෙම නැතුනොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? People try to hit others. එතනින් තමයි පටන් ගන්න. අය කතා කරන්න මොකුත් නැහැ ගිහලා ගහලා තමයි පටන් ගන්න. So therefore education is a must. So every child should be given education at least to stay in the society. Even that people can deceive them if they are uneducated. අපිට මෙච්චර කාලයක් ඒකනේ උනේ මේ රටේ. So we were deceived by the politicians. They compete for the nice stories and deceive people. So they give different items and deceive people. So they give 1 or 2 chairs, but when they become ministers, they can buy V8. So therefore, people are deceived because of the ignorance. So therefore, providing education is a must. So if you are teachers, don't let children, those who are weaker, to give up education. So you have to attend everyone, not only the able students and even slow learners, right? Then it helps the students to know various educational opportunities available and to make right choices. So what are the educational opportunities people have? අධ්‍යාපන අවස්ථාවල මොනවද තියෙන educational opportunities? Yes. What are the opportunities they have? They can compete with others. තරග කරන්න plan. Sometimes they compete in other countries. Right? Then in Olympiad. Right? So there are so many competitions. so they can compete with people in other students in other countries. Even they have competitions in our country. So they have opportunities for scholarships. So then we should help them to win them and to take the right choices. Then what are the choices children have in education? මොනවද තියෙන අවස්ථාවල්? Choices. So when they have to choose the stream that they are doing at their A levels. මොන stream එකද කරන්නේ කියන එක තෝරගන්න. ඊළඟ දෙන්නද? Give me 1 minute. Okay. Right. Then, so then we sometimes the students have to take right decisions regarding their A level streams, because that their interest is something else, but their parents' interest is something else. Then in such cases, they need educational guidance, because sometimes if they take wrong decisions because of the parents or because of their interest, it will affect them, their future at all. That means there are some students that who have taken wrong decisions and have fallen into troubles. So therefore they need educational guidance. So even when selecting a job, selecting vocational courses, right? And selecting co-curricular activities, optional subjects, A-level streams. So at every stage, they need guidance of somebody that who has a very good knowledge. Then educational guidance helps students to make an educational plan based on their abilities, goals, and interests. So even if you have a goal, you have to work on it. Right? So everybody should have a goal. මෙතෙන්ට යනවා කියලා හැමෝටම තියෙනවා goal එක. Then you have to work on it. If you want to work on it, you should have a plan. You should have objectives, that goals to achieve. So if you plan only that you can achieve. We thought now next year I will go to this country. Then you have to have a plan. So what are the things you have to do? You can't just do it, right? Right. Then educational guidance helps students to develop good study habits and to adjust to the school environment, right? So you have to have some good study habits. You have to make a good timetable, allocate time, do some past papers, right? Study, right? Do a revision, discuss with your friends. So you have to have some study habits. And the most important thing is to adjust to the school environment. It helps the students to take part in various educational activities and develop social and leadership qualities. Now, yesterday that we got some students, because still we are getting students. Now it is almost now 5 months, but still we are getting students. So one child came from Kandy, and this child could not bear up, because now we have hostels and there are so many students in the hostels, and she wanted to she has called the parents, and when they were going in the highway, that she has called them, and parents came again to take her home. So finally our authorities have to convince the parents, and they kept the child. And she was that at the beginning she was vomiting in the hostel, and she was not moving a bit. It was very difficult, so we had to talk to her, console her. But today we had the Literary Association, and she performed very well. So that's why we have to adjust to the environment. For that, they need guidance. So sometimes if she was not attended to that means if the authority had not attended, she might go home and she will lose that opportunity to become teacher. Right. Therefore, we need guidance at the right time. So it enables the students to see their progress that they need guidance to see their progress, because teachers have to monitor them, facilitate them, guide them all the time. Right? Then during the elementary stage, educational guidance helps to prepare students for secondary education. So at the elementary stage, teachers help them to prepare for secondary education. Then it helps to identify special needs of the students, right? So sometimes there are certain children, they can't, even the parents cannot understand their difficulties. That there are students who have poor vision, then poor hearing, sometimes they have poor IQ. So they don't understand, even the parents don't understand. Therefore, we need to identify the special needs students and help them to overcome their difficulties. And there are some students who are suffering from Down syndrome, autism. At the secondary stage, it helps the students to understand the subjects they are taught. So now the subject, they should be able to understand the subjects, their importance, relevance to their age group. So they should have realistic aspirations. The realistic aspirations means achievable hopes. You can achieve කරගන්න පුළුවන් බලාපොරොත්තු තමයි ළමයි තියාගන්න ඕන. Now, as an example, if there's a child who is poor at mathematics but want to become an engineer, so that is not realistic. Therefore, you have to build realistic aspirations in the children related to vocations, jobs. At the tertiary level, educational guidance helps students to know about higher study options. Right now, actually, now the students are very well aware. They know the paths, right? Rather than they are adults, they know what to do, what are the exams to do, what are the paths they have, what are the opportunities. They are well aware. Right? Therefore, it is essential to have a special guidance unit in each school, college, or university. Every school, every university should have a guidance unit. Right? Give me 1 minute. Right. Then again, we have already discussed about vocational guidance. Vocational guidance means helping the students to. Okay, tell me now. You have already known. I'm not going to tell again. Tell me what is vocational guidance. We discussed earlier. Anybody? What is vocational guidance? Words itself tell what it is.
Guide
What is
them to
vocational?
seek in occupation in correct path
How? What's the correct path?
according to their skills and capacities.
What should they do according to their skills and capacities? If they have some kind of interest, if they have some skills, they have to find good
Occupation.
occupation. Skills, they have to have some qualifications. So what they have to do? They have to find suitable courses and follow them. So I can't say now I'm very good at computers. But do they believe that I am capable of it? So I have to show my qualifications. You are sure this is the diploma I have done. I can do these things. Right? When you want to do a job, if you say I can do this, they don't believe. So you should have proof. So you have to select relevant courses and follow it and to improve the skills before you go for a job. Right. Then Now, when the students are in the elementary stage, so they should be given the idea of the world of work and help them to respect each and every work equally. Even the tea plucker, coconut plucker, even the three-wheel driver. So everyone is important for us. So we have to help them to rest. They have to make them respect each and every profession. Then they have to develop skills like cooperation. So we can give them teamwork, competitions to do in teams. Then you know that there is a subject called PTS, practical technical skills. So then there they learn how to knit, how to do handwork, prepare food items. So you have to give these kind of hands-on experience to students. So we have to teach them to respect the manual work. I think වැඩ පුරුදු වෙන්න උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ. So then develop interpersonal relationships, talk with others, work together in groups, teams. That's very, very important because if they are not used to work in teams, when they go for a job, it's very difficult to adjust to work with others. Okay. Discuss the activities the students in the elementary classes do to improve these skills. What are the activities? I told you some of them. Then tell some more. Like PTS, what are the other subjects they learn and what kind of activities they do? Oh, so what are the other activities they do in practical training skills? Yeah. PTS. Yes, tell. What are the activities that we can give them to improve these skills? Cooperation, respect manual work, develop interpersonal relationships, neatness, use their hands. What are the activities we can give them? Can speak. මොනවා හරි කියන්න.
Group work.
What kind of group work can you give them? Now, if they want to prepare some food items, so they have to share. Now, imagine that they are preparing fruit salads. So one is washing fruits, other one is peeling, other one is cutting, right? So then everybody get together and do the work. So we can assign these kind of activities for groups, right? At the secondary stage, vocational guidance can be provided to help students to identify the areas of vocational interest and develop employment readiness, right? So now it's better if we can, if somebody can find a job that they're interested in. Now, as an example, there are some students who have come for teaching that they don't like. They have come because of the influence of their parents. දෙමාපියන් influence එක තමයි ඇවිත් තියෙන්නේ. So they don't like the job. එහෙම වැඩක් නැහැ. So they don't do a good job. Even you should not do a job that you don't like. අකමැති job එකක් කරුවාට satisfaction එකක් නැහැ. So you have to do a job that you like. So therefore, it is very, very important to help students to identify the areas they are interested in and develop their skills for a job. So at this stage, vocational guidance and help the students to take the right decisions related to their career. So now we can guide them to select the best job for the person according to their skills, interests. Now when we are guiding students for vocations. At the tertiary stage, vocational guidance must be provided to students to inform them about the various career options available. රැකියා අවස්ථා, jobs, and the required skills. They should know what kind of skills that they need to improve for the job. And the training facilities available to each career option. That means that there are courses they have to follow, whether there are training programs they have to undergo. Now, especially that NITA, NIBM, that they are given 6 months training course from the institute. Then vocational training must enable the students choose the right career option and develop the essential skills that assist to prepare them to enter the career field selected them. This is the core of what we have discussed. So vocational training should enable them to select the best job and develop essential skills to do the job. For that, we have to help them to prepare for it. How can we prepare? By helping them to select the best courses to follow. Right? If they want to do some job related graphic designing, so we have to find them good course. This in higher grades have deteriorated discipline, weak attitudes, no values. If so, they address that, right? Children of that age also have problems. This is youth. They are concerned about the physical attributes. Their psychological needs are different. This is a conversation in a staff room. What does it mean by physical development related problems of adolescence? State two psychological needs of secondary school students with examples. Describe three strategies that can be implemented in the classroom to connect the secondary students to the learning process actively. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Now think of an answer, think of answers for these three. Everybody has to talk. There are 10 students. You all have to talk. Don't listen. Ready? Okay, we'll discuss the answer for the first one. What does it mean by physical development related problems of adolescents? They have some problems related to physical development. What are they? Just tell what is that? What is this physical development related problems? Anybody who has an idea? Nobody's trying? Channa, can you
When
tell?
children, yeah, ma'am.
Avuda?
When children, yeah, ma'am. When children grow up and they sometimes
Yes,
compare,
continue.
yeah, compare about their physical development. Sometimes some children
Yeah,
grow well,
yes,
some are
yeah.
not growing well. They are physically not growing well, then they
Mm.
worry and see each other. My friends are like that, but in my case, I am very slim, or sometimes I don't have such kind of things like others. Because of those reasons, also some children start to overthink,
Mm.
and they get depression or some other mental problems when they are physically developed.
Okay. That is the
Mm,
expected answer. Yeah, that's the expected answer. Yes, that is what I expected. Yeah. So they
okay.
now here when it comes to physical development, that as he said, some of them grow faster, some of them not. Now imagine that they get the mustache. So those who get that sometimes they feel ashamed. Those who don't have thing, ayo, they are mutton, so that they are repenting and it becomes a problem for them, right? So these are the physical development related problem. They don't know that it will be okay after some time. They are worrying. Those who have, they are worrying, and those who don't have also worrying. Okay, that's good. State two psychological needs of secondary school students with examples, right? Somebody else take the chance. What are the psychological needs of secondary school students? Now think of when you were adolescent. What were your needs? Yes, somebody tell quickly.
Attention,
Yeah, attention of others. Yeah, acceptance, attention.
love and careness,
Love and care. Yes.
Freedom.
What's that?
Freedom.
Yes, freedom. That's the main thing. One of the main factors they consider freedom. They don't like to listen to their parents. They think that they are free to take decisions. They can do anything, but it's not. They need freedom. Yes. Okay. So they think that they can take decisions. Then they think that they know everything. They are independent, but it's not. Okay. Good. Describe 3 strategies that can be implemented in the classroom to connect the secondary level students to the learning process actively. What are the strategies we can use? Yes, what strategies they can use? To connect the students to the learning process. What are the strategies we can give them? Hands-on experience, some activities that they like to do. We can attend to their needs, right? There are some students who don't like to listen to the lectures or whatever the things that they like to do work. We can give them some projects. We can do project-based learning for the students, give them some assignments they can do on their own with some guidance, right? So we can use even we if they like we can use there are some visual learners we can use multimedia projector to show films, to show visuals, right? So we can use so many strategies that to cater to the needs of the students, right? Right, then this is something in your syllabus, aims of guidance Kothari Commission. What is it? On the basis of the need of guidance at various stages of life and education, the Kothari Education Commission has specified the following aims of guidance at the secondary school level. So according to them, there are certain aims of guidance at secondary school level. What is the first one? It helps the adolescent to know about their skills and abilities. So according to the Kothari Commission, uh, adolescents should know what their skills are, what their abilities are, and develop them further in an effective manner if they want to do jobs or if they want to engage in some effective work. It enables the students to understand their strengths and weaknesses. Very, very important. So they know what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses. If they have their weaknesses, they have to get rid of them and they have to improve their strengths. It helps the students to do school-related activities according to their abilities and skills. So it helps them do schoolwork according to their abilities and skills. That there are some good at sports, some are good at studying, some are good at music, dancing, sculpture. Then some can do drawing, right? It helps students in making education and vocational choices which are realistic or achievable. So as I told you, aspirations that they should be realistic. You can achieve karagan puluhan wenne oni. So it helps the students to make educational and vocational choices that which are realistic, achievable. It aims at helping students in acquiring information about various educational opportunities, like opportunities means scholarships, following courses, uh, achieving certain qualifications. So there should be ways to different ways of getting information regarding these opportunities. Right. Then to help the students to adjust to their personal as well as social space and environment. So then guidance is very, very important to adjust them to their social, personal environment, right? Because as I told you that yesterday that the child that he couldn't, at the beginning, she was unable to adjust to the environment. So then, personality means that we should be able to adjust to whatever the environment we encounter. Right. Then, to help the school authorities to understand the potentials of students so that the educational programs can be designed and delivered in an effective manner. Right. So now, teachers should know the needs of the students. ළමයින්ගේ අවශ්‍යතා දැනගෙන ඒවට තමයි cater කරන්න ඕනේ. There are some students, there are different learning styles. There are visual learners, දැකලා ඉගෙන ගන්න අය, auditory learners, අහලා ඉගෙන ගන්න අය, kinesthetic learners, they want to do and learn, right? So then we have to cater to the needs of the students, and we should understand their potentials, what they can do, what they can't do, right? Then accordingly, we have to design the educational programs for the students. At the higher education stage, Crow and Crow have listed the following aims of guidance. Guidance aims to help the students to choose the curriculum according to their abilities, interest, and future needs. They can select the curriculum. It enables students to develop work and study habits which guide them towards success. Study habits. They work. Right? It encourages students to understand the purpose and the function of the school in fulfilling their needs. Do you think the children who don't go to school but continue their education are perfect children? What is your idea? Tell me your idea frankly. Now, earlier, the students who were in the A-level classes only, they did not attend school. But now, even from O-level itself, the students don't like to go to school. So, what is your idea regarding this? It encourages students to understand the purpose and the function of the school in fulfilling their needs. Okay, tell me about your idea. Do you
They are
think,
going tuition classes, ma'am.
Abuda,
They are going tuition classes because
do you think that by going to tuition classes, attending tuition classes, they can learn the values, the good morals the schools give? So schools have so many programs. They have that Mapiya Vandana. Then they have some religious programs. They get together and they celebrate English days, Sinhala Day. There are lots of things. They learn a lot of things. Do you think that the students who don't go to school can get these kind of experiences and values? What is your idea?
I think now they don't have any values about the
Just tell
school.
your idea. Yeah, that means if they learn outside, they don't get what they get from the school, the values they learn from the schools. They work together with others, interact with others, respect others' ideas. Right? Okay. Guidance aims to help students in finding out what the school has to offer in terms of study plans. It facilitates the students to identify the schools that they may want to attend to acquire higher education. So they can decide what are the schools that they can what are the schools they can decide to do their higher education. O-level qualification to get higher education. It aims to help the students to select and try out various courses that they are interested in. They can follow the courses. It aims to help the students in developing leadership qualities, right? By allowing them to participate in various school activities, like they can organize things and they take leadership, especially in sports meet. It aims to help the students to develop and maintain fitness levels that can help them to continue their studies, right? Okay, that is also very important. Guidance enables the students to develop an attitude to continue their studies in the chosen educational institute, right? It helps to select the courses in the relevant institute, right? Okay. The aims of guidance. What is the foremost aim of guidance? The total personality development. Now we'll see, to help the individual in realizing his or her potentialities. එයාට පුළුවන් දේවල්, එයාගේ හැඟුණු capacities අඳුන ගන්න උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ. and to make maximum contribution towards a society. After identifying their capacities, we should enable them to do maximum to the society. It aims to help the individual to solve his problems and make proper choices and adjustment. So we have to help the individuals to solve their problems. අපි guidance වලින් එක කරන්න පුළුවන්. Counseling වලින් කරන්නේ we help them to identify the problem and find solutions by themselves. Now here we help them to solve the problems and make proper choices and adjustments. It supports the individuals to lay a permanent foundation for sound and mature adjustment. So if they want to do a job, so this guidance help them to have mature foundation through guidance to help the individual to live a well-balanced life in all aspects, physical, mental, emotional, and social. So guidance help them to lead a balanced life. At the primary level of education, not much formal guidance is needed. Formal guidance අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. At the secondary and higher stages, students need formal guidance from teachers, trainers, professionals, right? So they need the guidance. Professional counselors, right? Sharing with you. Okay, wait. Sharing here. Can you see now? Can you see the screen? Girls and boys?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Buddha. Right. Aims of vocational guidance. I think same things are repeated. I will just read. It aims at assisting the student to acquire knowledge of the characteristics and functions, the duties and rewards of the occupation of his choice. Now we are guiding them for a job means, occupation means, first and foremost thing is the child should acquire knowledge, skills from the course, right? Then he or she should be able to use the knowledge in the job and do their duties well. And so then if they do a job that they like, they can do it best. තමන් ආස රස්සාවක් කරනම තමන් උදේටම කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැතුව කරයක් කැමැත්තෙන් රස්සාවගෙන it is not efficient or effective. Then vocational guidance enables students to find out about the general and specific abilities and skills required for a job or a vocational, and also acquire information about the qualifications, age, preparation, and other factors required for the specific job, right? So vocational guidance is very, very important for a person, for a child to improve their skills. How can they improve the skills? We have discussed earlier. How can they do that? How they improve current skills? Yeah, how can they do that? Before going for a job, they have to improve their skills. How can they do that? Hmm? Hello? How can they improve their skills? I told you already. What's that? By following a relevant course. If they want to improve certain skills, they have to follow a course. If they want to become a graphic designer, they have to follow a graphic designing course. If they want to become a software engineer, they have to do the following particular course. Thereby, they have to earn the qualification, right, and prepare for a job. Then find a specific job for the qualification. Next one, to enable the students to experience work conditions in and out of the school so that they get practical knowledge about the work environment. So if they know the environment very well, it's easy. This enables the individual to develop the essential skills and abilities for the job as well. So first of all, they should have the interest for the particular job. They should have better knowledge about the field. Then they should follow a course and improve the skills and earn the qualifications. Then apply for a job. Then enter the job and prosper in the job. Prosper means that they have to work hard for the betterment of the institute and betterment of oneself and do their best. Okay. It aims to help the individual realize the importance of hard work, as we have to work hard in the job. It enables an individual to gather vocational information and to analyze the information in a critical manner so that a final decision about a vocation can be taken, right? So now finding a job is not a one-time decision. According to Anne Rowe, uh, if one person needs to find a job, it comes from the childhood. Now, do you know that there are some girls who would like to become teachers? Then at the young age that they teach their dolls, animals, right? Like that. It enables the students to identify the skills and abilities related to specific vocation or occupation. We have discussed it. It helps the handicapped as well as the economically weak individuals to develop skills to find a job and make the right vocational choices. Even that handicapped people also can have opportunities to follow courses and find jobs. It helps the students in finding out information about vocational training offered in schools and colleges and give information for the students to enter the training institutions and their outcomes. So then if a student is interested in certain job, so first you have to help him to find a good course. Then they will gather certain skills. Then you find some training courses they can follow. Okay, right. It encourages an individual to adjust in his work environment and enables the individual to understand the relation of workers with the society with regard to the vocation of his choice and also that of that vocation. That means the students should adjust to the work environment first. I told you. Now, if you want to become a teacher, you have to adjust that environment. If you hate that environment, if you don't like that job, you can't do it well. To help the students to be aware of the consequences of making the wrong vocational choices and choosing the wrong training course. So we have to make them aware of the repercussions of selecting wrong courses, right? So we have to help them to select the best course for their skills and abilities. Right. Now another question. Although some students are weak in academic work, they show competence in manual work using various equipment. If they have such opportunities, their disobedient nature will fade away and they will start coming to school happily. Now, what kind of education do we have? If you have seen that picture, we ask even the elephant, the fish, the monkey, dolphin, all these animals to dark climb trees. So can everyone do that? They can't. Right? Others can't. So then that is that kind of education we have. So then although some students are weak in academic work, they show competence in manual work using various equipment. Education if they have such opportunities, their obedient nature will fade away and they will start coming to school happily. So if we identify their areas that they are good at, and if they guide them properly, so they would come to school happily. It will be a great advantage for their future, no matter when they leave school. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉස්කෝලේ අයින් වෙනකොට එයාලා ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා හරි professional skill එකක් අරන් තියෙනවා. This is an extract from a conversation that took place at a workshop for teachers on vocational guidance. Number 1, name 4 institutions from which information about vocational guidance can be obtained. කියන්න බලන්න. Name 4 institutions. We discussed earlier. Tell me.
NITA,
NITA.
Technical colleges.
Technical colleges.
German Tech,
German Tech. NIBM, Green University. And there are so many. Define the term vocational guidance with the inclusion of 2 main objectives expected to be fulfilled through a vocational guidance service. So you have to build up a good vocational definition. Definition එකක් build up කරන්න. For a student who had received experience of vocational guidance from the primary school age, it will be easy to make maximum use of the guidance service given at secondary school age. Describe your opinion using 3 points about this. එකෙන් අපි ළමයෙකුට vocation එකට respect කරන්න පොඩි කාලෙම ඉගෙනුවාම ඒකට ලෑස්ති වෙන්න ඉගෙනුවාම එයාට secondary school එකට ආවහම so then it's easy for them to use maximum of them using guidance. So then what is your view? Should we have to do this? How? Okay, tell. Okay, right? So then tell, for a student who had received experience of vocational guidance from the primary school age, it will be easy to make maximum use of the guidance service given at secondary school age. So once they learn to respect every job, right now, only in our country that we are teaching the students to write and read and all, but in other countries, I have seen one of my friends' photos of Japanese students, it seems, or Thailand. So they have special uniform on certain days and they are engaging in some work. That means now they are making that, මොනවද අපි කියන්නේ? ඒගොල්ලෝ හතු හදනවා. Then they rear fish, right? Mushrooms, they grow mushroom, they rear fish. ඊළඟට තව ඒ වගේ ඒගොල්ලෝ එක එක gardening ඒව කරනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ. They have separate day and separate costume, right? That suit. So they are practically that they do something. Sometimes they earn from what they do. So then it's very important, right? So then for a student who had received experience of vocational guidance from the primary school age, it will be easy to make maximum use of the guidance service given at secondary school age. They already have got that guidance at young age. It's easy for them to have it in the secondary age. So what is your opinion? Do you agree with this? Is it essential to give this knowledge when they are in their primary age or not? Only the knowledge.
Yes.
Yes. Why? If they know these are the world of work, they can decide even from the childhood itself, they will have some kind of interest in those
And the basic knowledge also they know.
jobs. Mama teacher කෙනෙක් වෙන තමන් ආස. So I like this area. I like to become a computer related. I like to do a computer related job. So like that, they will decide their future jobs if they are given some knowledge when they are in their young age. Okay, avocational guidance. What is avocational guidance? This is not vocational, right? This is something extracurricular. Right now, if you consider about conducting literary associations, there you learn how to plan organization skills, right? Because literary association you have to have a plan. Then you take the leadership. So all these things we learn from avocational guidance, right? So then we get these kind of experiences from home also. At home also, sometimes you have to take leadership at certain occasions. Up to දානයක් එහෙම තියෙනකොට. You have to take the leadership, you have to organize things, right? Avocational guidance helps an individual to manage and use his leisure time in an effective manner. So we use the leisure time effectively. Then we engage in co-curricular activities. It plays a major role in the development of the students, and it helps the students choose the right activities that they can engage very well. So this type of guidance enables of individuals to participate effectively in co-curricular activities. Thereby they learn a lot of things, right? They develop personal skills, they develop organizational skills, time management, interpersonal skills, soft skills. They learn lots of things. Right. Okay. That's all. Okay. Right. So next day, I will give you a small task. Everyone has to find, now even I give my students this one, make an institute, and then everyone has to find one institution, one vocational institution, and find the courses available. You put the chuti discussion අපි කරමු. So one can talk about Kottalawa Defense University, one can talk about Univatech, then what Lab Tech, Youth Authority, right? So then you can select one. Then you have to find the courses available. තියෙන courses මොනවද ඔක්කොම ඕනේ ටිකක් ගන්න. And what are the qualifications you require to follow those courses? ඒව කරන්න මොන qualifications ද ඕනි? And after following courses, what are the qualifications? You can NVQ කීයද හම්බ වෙන්නේ? And what are the job opportunities available? Can you remember? You have to select an institution, vocational institution. Then you have to find the courses available. What are the qualifications they require to follow the courses? Up to automobile engineering. When සමහර වෙලාවට if they want to follow that automobile in the College of Education, they don't need much qualifications. So like that, what are the qualifications they require to follow the course? And after following the course, what are the qualifications they gain? And from these qualifications, what are the job opportunities available? Okay, is it clear to you all? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, everybody has to give me a presentation. ඕන ඔයගලන් PowerPoint එකේ චූටි එකක් විනාඩි 5ක් ගත්තොත් අපි ගොඩක් වෙලා යනවනේ. අපි නෑ විනාඩි 2-3ක ගොඩක් වෙලා ගන්න එපා. If you want that PowerPoint එකක් කමට, you can talk about one institution for 2 minutes. You can tell about the institution, right? Okay, get ready. You find some courses. Then you can even advise somebody that who need the interest, especially your children. Okay, is it clear what we have discussed today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So then, can you do the task I have given you? By selecting, it will be interesting for you to know. You don't need to talk all the courses available. You can select 1 or 2 courses and you can talk about. The most important thing is after following the course, the qualifications they gain and the job opportunities available. World of work, what is their point? Where can they go? That's the most important thing. So if 10 of them talk about 10 institutions, you will get a better knowledge. Then you can help your students to do the correct selection. Okay, are you ready? Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Then thank you for taking part in the lecture today. So get ready for before the next. Did you receive the 2 PowerPoint presentations I have sent you? I think Mr. Richard has forgotten. I will send this one also. Then he will send all these 3 PowerPoint presentation to you, right? Okay. Thank you for joining. Anything
Thank
if
you,
you
ma'am.
want to get, yes, if you have anything to get clarified, you can ask me. I will send this today itself. Okay. Right? Okay. Then see you. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you.
See you, ma'am. Good night.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Goodbye.
Good night.